Hi everyone, it's your boy Kev from Caribbean Crypto Tips. Now, on today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the concept of governance. And in the context of cryptocurrencies and blockchains, I'm talking about decentralized governance. Now, what does this all mean? Now, let's say you have a distributed network and you want participants on that network and the users of the network to be able to vote on the various proposal changes that they would like to see implemented on the network. Now, how are you going to do this in a decentralized fashion? Now, how this problem was solved in Bitcoin was simple. In Bitcoin, one CPU equals one vote. That means that if you are a miner, you have voting rights on the Bitcoin blockchain. You have the right to choose what transactions you want to add to the block, and if you're lucky and you put in necessary proof of work, then that transaction list will be bundled and connected to the blockchain. Also, miners on the Bitcoin network can reject protocol changes by simply not mining those blocks and mining the blocks whose protocol they accept. So this is how voting is done on the Bitcoin network. Now, if you move over to proof of stake, it is a little bit different. In proof of stake, we talk about validators. Usually, you have to have a large enough monetary stake in the network to be able to vote on protocol level changes. And if you want the users of the network to participate as well, then you can have the users delegate their tokens to a particular validator that they approve of, and that validator then has a greater voting right to vote on behalf of the persons that are delegated to them. That is in general how proof of stake works, but in both cases, it's all about finding a fair way for participants of the network to vote on protocol changes. Now, in my opinion, none of these methods are essentially perfect because they have certain economic costs that prevent users like me and you from participating in the network. For Bitcoin, it is expensive to buy a miner right now, and in most cases, people lend their CPU power to a mining pool, and that mining pool now has the right to vote on the network in your stead. In the case of proof of stake, it favors the wealthy, and those persons who have a large stake or got in early in a particular project now have enough tokens that they have a say as to what goes on the network. So in both cases, it is not, perfect, but then we move over to a blockchain like Algorand, which is a little bit different. With Algorand's consensus mechanism, which is called pure proof of stake, it is not possible for us to delegate our stake toward any particular validator. So you have to come up with a different way to allow participants to vote. So let's fast forward to Algorand's governance program. Now, on the Algorand blockchain, you're rewarded for your participation in the decision making process. I assume that stands for any protocol level changes or any changes that could enhance the Algorand ecosystem that are being put forward as a proposal. Now, this initiative started on October 1st, 2021, by the Algorand Foundation in an attempt to help move the Algorand ecosystem to a more decentralized governance model. Now, all Algorand holders can participate in this process, and it is designed for simplicity and it's hoping to garner the maximum participation. Now, here are the main points that you have to understand when it comes to this governance program. Now, governance is supposed to take place on a quarterly basis, that means every 3 months. Now, each governor must commit to keeping a certain amount of Algorand in their wallet for each quarterly governance period. In other words, you have to commit in saying to yourself, I am not going to move this amount of algo from this wallet. That's the only way that you can maintain your governance rights. There must be at least one voting session in each period. Governors must vote in each session but can choose to use the simplified UI to vote with the foundation. In other words, if you don't want to make your own vote, you can delegate your vote to the foundation. Each measure to be voted on will have an information pack explaining it. Now, compliant governors, that will be those that followed all the rules, can claim the rewards for their service at the end of each quarterly governance period. The reward levels that you earn are tied to the amount of Algorand that you commit as a governor. And finally, the specific reward pools for each period are decided by governance vote. Now, this paragraph here I want to highlight because it's very important and pertinent to us Algorand holders. Now, before there was governance, the old way of earning rewards on the Algorand blockchain was through the Participation Rewards Program. Basically, if you had an Algorand wallet with one algo or more inside of it, and you left that wallet, over a period of time, you come back to that wallet, you would realize that you can claim a certain amount of rewards for just storing your algo in the wallet. Now, the rationale behind that old rewards program was, of course, to incentivize new users to come to the network and have a certain amount of Algorand in their wallets. Now, for those of you who don't know, once you have an Algorand wallet, you are in fact a participating node on the network. And I must say, it was a nice way to reward us early adopters to this blockchain network. However, as of May 15th, 2020, this incentive program has been cancelled and replaced by the Governance Rewards Program. It's supposed to be a more engaging process and therefore hence garner better community response. And the reward should be higher because not everyone is going to participate. Now that I went through all of that, I recommend that you go and do some more reading just to make sure you understand all there is about this particular program. Alright, becoming a governor. Now I recommend you watch this very detailed video here on how to become a governor, but I'm still going to walk you guys through this process, so no worries. Alright, sign up to be a governor. And this is the main dashboard page that you're supposed to go on. Governance.algo.foundation. As you can see here, we have about 2.7 billion Algorand already committed. We have about 70.5 million rewards distributed, and we had about 50,000 governors. So the current governance period is period 3, and we have less than a day to make this governance round. If you miss the date, you have to wait until the next governance period, which would be 3 months away. So I recommend you guys watch this video, and after you do that, go and quickly sign up to be a governor. Now the first thing you want to do is probably go up here and click Connect Wallet. You want to connect with one of these particular wallets. Of course, I'm going to use my Algo, but you can use your mobile wallet or you can use the extension Algo Signer. I'm going to select my Algo wallet and enter my password. Connect the wallet that I want to choose. And I'm going to say use this wallet. So as you can see here, I'm now connected to the platform. This is my wallet address right up here. Now the next thing you want to do is scroll down here and click on Commit Your Algo. Now this box is where you go to type in the amount of algo that you want to commit or pledge to the governance program. That would be how much algo you decide that you are not going to move and you're going to keep in your wallet for that 3-month period. As you can see here, I have 100 algo, and it's recommended that you do not commit all of your algo, at least leave one algo behind. In this case, I'm going to commit to keeping about 70 algo in this wallet. So I'm going to click on commit algo, and of course I have to sign this transaction again. So once this transaction finished processing on the blockchain, it should say that I have successfully committed 70 algo to the governance program. So once I close that window, I can always scroll up here and click on Show Governors, and I can enter in my address. And here you can see that I am an eligible governor. Now voting has not started yet, so I have not voted on any proposals as yet. But as you can see here, I am registered to vote. Now, because at this time there are no proposals listed and voting hasn't started, I can't show you guys the voting process just yet. I'll probably have to do a follow-up video. But basically, to my understanding, it is like this. To vote on a proposal, you send a 0 algo transaction with a specific message in the note field of your transaction that says if you approve or disapprove this particular proposal. Now, there are other ways that you can participate in the governance program. You can use platforms such as AlgoFi, who have partnered with the Algorand Foundation in making governance a much easier and simpler process. In this, they have their own portal where you can delegate your algo and do your voting straight within the platform itself. So I did make a tutorial video on Algo Fight recently. I recommend you go and check it out. That is a full guide on how to use this powerful DeFi platform on Algorand. So this basically brings me to the end of this tutorial video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a like, share, and comment below. Now, if you want to help support my channel, there are two ways you can do so. You can donate some algo to this address here on the screen, or you can help me by supporting my NFT project called Algo Arcade. In this particular NFT project, my aim is to build a gaming website on Algorand, and if you want to help support, you can purchase one of my NFTs for about 10 algo. This is Kevin from Caribbean Crypto Tips. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.